azangena kucala lona ngicela ngifuna.
Uskora ngayo. Thini sekabaleki. Ngikho mina. Okay. Mangambe ngile ngitebeni team list ne. Ebathoze.
That's a life, you know.
Life is right.
Chocolate.
Right. Yeah? Ngit ngaloy terus. So white ring. Ay, may udah banget lang niya naman. Ay, yun naman po. Siya. Yeah. Alright, chop it out.
Beche, and Kim runs down. Oi!
Oh, and this time he...
How he goes about it. Daniel Beche, and Kim runs down.
And
Sono pulls it!
Okay, gentlemen, how are we looking? Yeah, you sorted, my man.
Sorting it out.
Oh, shame, man. And the sea is stressy. Is it just because of the change in laptop there?
It is very, very soft.
So what is that here now?
It's very, very soft. So it needs you to...
And if I talk into this, and now, what is it like now?
Harder.
Oh, how's it? Good, have a seat.
I think Yas is gonna... He wants to do the batting.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can do. Okay. Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got. I guess we just got to talk a bit closer. Okay, just kind of lean forward and talk quite clearly, and then it should be fine. Okay, so were we going to bat as well?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Got some stats for you. They said team batting first has never lost. Roger with T20. That's what this says.
Okay.
Our stats. Team batting first. 100% win rate.
Good time to change it.
Good time to change it.
Don't forget to read the scripts every 4 overs.
Oh, is there things you have to say there?
Yeah, it's just because this is all CSA stuff, like knockout the Women's World Cup, because obviously covers the cost of streaming all the games.
Okay.
It's all of this, so they want to read out.
Left off with and Chad as well.
You'll know the batters quicker than possibly walking.
Yeah.
So if you,
Oh, but their team, no,
not really.
not they really. I don't know who they
So I'll just look for their number.
play.
These are down there are quite good. So
No, Boss will probably open as Marku.
he's looking at to give it a whack.
Yeah.
Fast. Who's the new guy? The new guy is Matthew Furry. Yeah.
Blowing in some bad weather. Was it next week? Looks like.
No, it was bad. It's got better again. A drink.
No, I'm okay.
Sure. Stop it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the screen here, is it? Yeah, sure.
Daniel Gaite, and Kim Rajda. Sonda pulls
How's it? I don't know. Rocket staff is struggling. It's a rocket staff. I don't know actually. Good afternoon from a warm and breezy Uplands College here in Mpumalanga for the final group game, Mpumalanga Rhinos versus Eastern Cape Iinyathi. News from a toss: Iinyathi have won the toss and elected to bat. A couple of changes, change in captaincy for the Iinyathi. Malika takes over from Jason Niemand, who falls down to 12th man, and the Mpumalanga Rhinos remain unchanged.
Yeah, it's from the Rhinos team is no changes from the Tuskers game. They've got unchanged from that winning team, and hopefully do the job again for them.
Tuskers, that tied game against the Tuskers was super over win, was obviously the Rhinos' first win of the season. The Iinyathi are yet to get off the mark, so it's a big game today. Unfortunately, neither team will be able to qualify for the semis, but lots of pride to play for. Looks like we have Temba Maupa to open a bowling from the southern end with one slip in, 45 up and deep square out. We're looking to take initiative early on.
Yeah, I think a game like this, even though both teams, both teams can't qualify for semi-finals, but with the comp being so closely set together, that massive momentum can be taken from a game like this, going into the 4-day comp, which starts in a few weeks.
First ball flicked away to deep backward square for 2. Bit of hesitation, but they managed to get back for 2. Marco Murray on strike and off the mark first ball. Wide down the leg from Maupa, got a bit too straight. Looks like his plan is to give no width and cramp up the batter here. The 5-4 offside field.
Marco's been massive for the Iinyathi this season at the top, really putting bowlers under pressure in the power play. So they'll be really looking to quieten down in the power play.
Slightly straighter, good bit of delivery from Maupa, good bit of bounce. Comes from a nice tall action, and hitting the deck gets a little bit of extra bounce. New to the circuit, so not many of these players from Iinyathi would have faced him before. Two straight again, down the leg side for another wide. It looks like he's just said he's going to come around the wicket. He's just coming in, running in slightly too straight. Bowling good lines to a left-hander. It's third wide and over. Coming around the wicket. Look to angle the ball back in and cramp up Marco Murray. Good fielding by Dukes here at 45, tucked around from Murray. Thought it was a single, but ball bounced favourably into Dukes' hands for a dot ball.
I think that's the tough part with having those straight plans. It's that controlling it, because if you just miss, it's wide down leg, so it's a good plan to have, but you really got to execute or can really leak.
I don't mind, as a captain, you don't mind occasional wide, but possibly 3 and over is a little bit too much, but again, haven't conceded a boundary, so it's not, shows that he's keeping tight lines, possibly a little bit too tight at times. And he comes again around the wicket, off stump line, defended out. For another dot ball. Better from Maupa from around the wicket here. I think he'll be looking to finish it up now. 1 ball to go, and he has managed to. Last 3 balls have been dots, so the wides haven't been costly as yet. Needs to finish well here with his last ball, and he does. Good fielding at backward point there for another dot. 2 runs off the bat with the 3 wides. Takes the score to 1-5 without loss after the first over.
It's a really good start by Temba Maupa, I think. Stuck to his plans there, and to get out the first over with just 5 after bowling 3 wide. A really good comeback from him. Dukes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dukes.
Yeah. Goes Dukes to come into attack from the northern end. He's opened the bowling in every game this season, and appears on the averages. Had a good bowled well up front, and he'll be looking to continue. Good areas, than what you expect. Got the wind behind him coming over his left shoulder, so we're looking to run and hit the deck hard.
I think Jukesy's going to really enjoy this, running in with the wind behind him. He really does thrive on the ball swinging up front, so it'll be nice to see what he produces today.
Nathan Rue on strike. First ball he's faced. Inside edge, out to point, stifled appeal. Nice and straight for Dukes to start.
And you can see by the length he's bowled, or by the first ball, he's really getting it up there, letting the ball swing. I think that's really his trump card, win this trump card in this comp.
Tucked off the hip, just for one. Again, good tight lines. No width been given. I think having watched quite a few games this season generally in both Division 1 and 2, I think there's been quite a bit of width on offer and teams have capitalised on that. I think it's imperative to keep tight lines. Yes, like you say, Kurt, you do occasionally get the wire down the leg side and, you know, four down the leg, but at least you're not just freeing up the arms for the batter just to, you know, carve away on the offside. Dukes into Murray. Lovely tight line again, in the stumps, tucked away to deep mid wicket for another single. Quite a few balls already have been looking to hit the stumps, would have hit the stumps. I think that's executing pretty well in the first over and a half here. Bowled good length, driven out in the offside.
Really good fielding there by Junior Makua. It'll be interesting to see how Marku and Nathan adapt to this. I think a lot in the comp guys have given them a lot of width, and the Rhinos boys have obviously done their research and look to really go tuck them up, so it'll be interesting to see how they combat that and adapt.
First kind of loose ball, a bit too short there from Dukes down the leg side, and helped on its way backward square leg for 4, brings up the first boundary of the innings. Just got a little bit too straight there and just helped on its way. There it is, first wicket. Stuck to his plans, a bit fuller this time, looking to hit the stumps. Gives himself room, and Nathan Rue gives himself some room and can only carve it to backward point. And that's the first wicket.
That's a great blow for the Rhinos, I think. Great catch there by Yiko with backward point. I think that was the plan. Obviously, get them playing off the stumps. So Dukes, as he often does, strikes in the power play again for the Rhinos. Good hands by Yiko there at backward point. Those are never easy going down.
Here we see on the replay here, just outside off stump, looks to give himself a bit of room. Not enough, bit cramped, and can only carve it to Ika at backward point. Incoming batter is Captain Malika. First game in charge of the Iinyathi. Pretty sure you'll look to try and lead from the front with the bat, but under a bit of pressure early on here. 11 for 1 off 2 overs. Good start by the Rhinos. I'll be looking to possibly get another couple more wickets in the power play to really put the Iinyathi under pressure. Change of bowling after just a 1 over from Upa. Rolfs comes into attack. Skiddy, right arm seamer, also looks to hit the deck. Pretty sure that with the leg side field set here, he's going to also look to bowl hard lengths and nice and straight, and continue the trend of bowling wicket to wicket. In he comes. Set. Back fine leg and deep square, so more than likely going to hit the deck hard as he does first ball. Possibly variable bounce there, not quite coming on. And Marco Rare plays a bit early and gets struck on the body and dot ball.
It's nice to see Rolfs given the new ball a lot quicker than you expect, and often gets the ball to swing around up front. So it'll be nice to see him with the new ball. Usually comes in the middle of the game, hold the ball, not a cutter. So I think a new challenge for him, and I'm sure he'll embrace it. Continuing with the straight lines, the Rhinos boys. I think it's a plan that most of the seamers are going to go with today, it looks like.
Just straight on the leg side, off the pad, leg by. Good start to the over. It's a good line to bowl, we don't mind that. If you flicks that, they've got protection, deep square and fine leg. Field changes for the left-hander, but same 2 players out in the power play, deep square and fine leg.
Another slow start for Marco. I see that I've watched a few of his games now where he's really taking a bit of a cautious approach and then going after the last 2 overs of that power play. I think that massive responsibility on him, by the way he's batting. But yeah, really does look to attack those last 2.
First ball flicked out in front of square on the leg side to the big boundary, and comfortable 2 for Malika to get off the mark. Very good from Rolfs. Right length again, and only Malika only pushes that up to mid-off.
The wicket looks like it's playing really nicely, I think. Looked at it this morning, thought it might misbehave with a new ball, but it seems to be behaving quite well.
Yeah, Rhinos have been very disciplined. End of the 3rd over, only 3 runs off that over. Takes the score to 14 for 1. Rhinos will be very happy with the start. I don't think it's too bad a toss to lose from the Rhinos. Pitch has been top dressed and relayed, so different to what Iinyathi possibly think it would be like, and possibly a little bit unsure of how it will play, hence why they may have been a little bit circumspect. But saying that, the Rhinos have bowled particularly well. Juice continues from the northern end, nice and tight into the stumps again, bowling to his field. Array just works it away for 1. Very happy with these singles and dots, Kurt. No limitation, only been one boundary. And we're into the fourth over.
Good matchup here for Garrett Jukes. Of his career, he's really favoured bowling to the left-handers. So I'm sure his experience will shine through, as you can see by that glistening ball patch at the top there. Years of experience and years of running into the wind. So really excited for him to see him running with the wind there.
Hard length again, nice and straight. And you see Malika defend off the back foot into the covers for another dot ball.
Yeah, Garrett Duke's been really disciplined, along with the rest of the Rhinos bowlers. We just know that the Rhinos, the Iinyathi boys will make a play for it in the power play. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen.
Like a little cutter there from off cutter from Dukes, and it's flicked his pad and just bounced short of the Thrada, and they've gone through for a leg by.
Scenes like that make spinners a bit happy. You know that the ball's holding up a bit,
Gripping already.
So I'm sure Jay de Klerk and the boys are also watching quite happily.
Pushed out into the leg side, scampered for two, good fielding, but just home in time. Pretty close, but I think they were always getting back there. Rolfs had to kind of turn and chase after it and turn with his back and then get going. As you see on the replay here, yeah, it looked like he was comfortably home. Bowled again by Dukes, hard into the pitch. Marky Fuller, really sitting back there, can only just push it back to the bowler for a dot ball.
I think the Rhinos boys have got to stick to their plans here. We've seen in the past few games that the Eastern Cape team have been really good at catching up in that middle period of the game. A team that's known for running quite hard and doubling up. Oof, as I say that. That could have been close had he hit.
Hesitation, flick down the leg side. Rolls picks up, throws in and direct hit. I think Monica would have been well out. End of the fourth over, 19 for 1. Proteas Friday is back. Let's paint the nation green and gold every Friday as we stand behind our Proteas women in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Wear your Proteas jersey with pride and show the world our unbelievable spirit and catch all the action live on Super Sport. With our ladies playing at 4 p.m. this afternoon, a win against Bangladesh will take us through to the semi-finals. Catch all the action this afternoon from 4 p.m. Wolves to continue from the southern end. First width we've had today, big slash, and it beats John Henderson at short third man and races away for 4.
It just shows you how small the margins are. I think they've been really good and one ball just a bit too wide offering width, and you see the first boundary. So it just shows you how small the margins are, and you really got to be hard on yourself. Really bowling to your plan and tucking them up, especially on a wicket like this. Batters will be waiting for any sign of width.
Change in the field, third man goes back. Oh, bit of width again there. Great fielding by Junior Mauka at backward point.
This is Yika.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Yika at point.
Sorry.
Iinyathi boys wouldn't be too surprised with that. Yika being a Eastern Cape boy, played for the Iinyathi for a few seasons. They know that him at backward point's always dangerous. Oh,
Another width again. I'm just interested to see the change in plan here. Bowled a good first over Rolfs with no width, and first ball bit of width, and the ball's gone down to third man. Put a third man in, and now he's continued by that channel, and he's actually fortunate to have gone for 3 fours and 3 balls. Just I think going back to that straighter plan worked well in his first over. Better, tighter lines, and you're pushing out just straight to Yika and no run.
Rolfs feels a bit hard done by that last ball with a bottom edge going to third man, but if you see the length of the line of that ball, it was just always destined to travel.
You see, it looks like Mark Murray is pushing the accelerator, but Fuller has gone for the beak. Hoiken has got a Chinese cut to Maupa at 45, straight to him. Fortunate there and to concede any runs.
Yeah, he's done this in the comp, throughout the comp. He's gone quite calculated in that first 4, and he looks to take on that overs 5 and 6 and take some momentum into that middle period, as you see there again.
Fuller from Rolfs, just full of a good length, and Murray has just hit straight through the line and using his power and hit us straight over the ropes into the advertising boards for the first 6 of the game. Great strike to end the 5th over. Expensive over, 14 coming off it, 33 for 105. Acceleration from Iinyathi has started.
Yeah, Marco's been really good over the years. He's one of the cleanest hitters in the division. Really takes bowlers on when it's in his area, and yeah, as I said, one of the cleaner hitters on the ball in Division 2 this year. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Rhinos look to counter punch that, because I'm sure he's not going to stop now.
Pace off the ball, spin. Yuri Snyman coming on from the northern end to bowl the final over of the power play. Will look to try and keep bowl as much to Malika as possible. Left-hander, turning the ball away from him. Shuffles down, pushes it down to long off for 1. Snyman's plan here will be able to just to be able to bowl to Murray, where he just can work him for 1 as opposed to option of trying to hit him for a boundary. I think the fielders will sit nicely on the ring here, and we'll be happily give him a single, just so that they can finish the power play without conceding too many runs. See, there we go. Quickly around the boundary there, Junior, and just resulting in the 1.
I think it's a really clever plan by Yuri Snyman. He's got his cow up and in the ring, inviting Malika to go against the turn to the short boundary. It looks inviting, but the ball's stopping a bit. This could be a good plan from Snyman.
All good areas, but quicker, but flatter. No chance of Malika pushing that down the ground for 1. 2 runs off the first 3 balls. Good start by Snyman. Slightly quicker again. It's a cross just to put enough hesitation into the batters to stop them from taking a single. Another dot ball.
It's a big ball here for the Rhinos. We're about to sweep.
Shuffle down, great strike by Mahuka. Didn't quite get there, went through with it, and has managed to hit it over wide, long on for 6. Great shot, wasn't there. I think Yuri Summer might have seen him coming down, pulled his length back, pushed it a bit quicker, but still a great shot. Flatter, he's just come down and gone through the line.
It's a really good strike that from Millie. Really good, good hand speed to it. As Neil said, they didn't quite get to the pitch of that ball, but his hands really bailed him out of trouble there and ended up striking it quite nicely.
Last ball, the power play. But Fuller, so he couldn't get underneath it. He's just played around it, drifting down leg. End of the power play. 41 for 1 by Eastern Cape Iinyathi. I think Mpumalanga Rhinos will be happy with that. Going at under 7s in the power play is something that I'm pretty sure they would have taken at the start of their innings. Right, change of gloves for the batters already. It's nice and warm out here. 30 odd degrees, as you can see. Fans have come in, the locals lying on the side of the field. Sure, there's a few, couple of ice cold beers and a couple of brandies, and settling in for a good afternoon of cricket. Right, Temba Maupa coming back in after power play. Coming left arm around the wicket again, and we're looking to attack the stumps from Marco. Saying that, he goes a bit wide and gets away with that one.
I think the Rhinos boys would be happy with the power play going at 7.1. Stats tell us that this is the highest scoring ground in this comp so far, so scores of averaging of 180. So 7's not looking too bad, but in saying that, the Iinyathi boys will also be happy with just losing 1 in the power play, so say evenly poised at the moment, that both teams not running away with it, but yeah, going blow for blow at the moment.
Good, nice and full for Maupa. Got into his field. He's got 3 men deep on the leg side, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, and deep fine leg. So it's a good safe option, full firing into the stumps.
Lovely to see the support that's been given to the Rhinos in the banks this season. Always nice to see the youngsters kicking a ball around in the banks, and the older folk enjoying a nice cold beverage on a hot day in White River. Temba Maupa looking to continue the good work done by Garrett Jukes and the rest in the power play.
Good hard length from Maupa again. Malika's trying to whack that over long on, well, mid on, and only cloth it to Ayat at mid on. Good over this, only 1 run off 5 balls. At least need to finish well. We're happy to take a single off this final ball. Wild. Very good over there, just conceding a single run off the over. Great start after the power play. Generally, it's quite kind of a bit easier to score after the power play singles and that, but getting 5 dot balls is it's a great effort from Maupa.
Yeah. Looks like they're gonna follow spin by spin. Junior Makua, left arm orthodox, comes into attack. I think a guy like Junior would do really well on a wicket like this. That bowls it nice and into the wicket. Ball seems to be stopping as it's getting a little bit older, which I think they expected. So a wicket like this could be really good for him. He could really come into this game and make a difference.
Nice and flat first ball from Makua. This results in Murray just pushing it back to bowler for a dot. Thick edge down to short third. Run through for a comfortable single. Applying some good pressure here, the Rhinos. 2 runs in the last 8 balls. 6 dots. But we're looking to squeeze as much as they can in the next few overs. Saying that, just rocked back, cut it past the 2 fielders on the offside, found the gap and raced away for 4 on this quick outfield. Much needed boundary for Eastern Cape and Iinyathi.
It's really well watched, really well played, under the eyes. Really good sweeper of the ball as well, Malika. I'm sure you'll go to that quite early. Boundary.
Too much width from Makua, and Malika has slapped that through, extra cover, beaten the sweep on the boundary for another 4. 2 boundaries in a row. Pressure back on to the Rhinos. Better pushing it, put into leg stump, got into his field, straight out to deep, but wicket for 1.
Important ball this for Junior Makua. He can get out with a dot ball. Yeah.
Well bowled.
Well bowled.
Murray looking to advance, but Makua saw him come and just pushed it a bit flatter onto the leg stump, and he just pushed it out to the leg side for a dot. 52 for 1 off 8 overs. With an essence that ignites hometown pride, the T20 knockout competition promises to be a pure cricket excellence and celebration of communities, shared values and a passion that unites all of us. We call all fans to rally behind your team as players gear up to showcase their prowess on the field and stand a chance to win great prizes. Visit www.cricket.coza for more information. Aupa continues, fires in angling in a quick Yorker to Malika. Stifled appeal, like it was just drifting down the leg side.
Yeah, umpire showing that he just believes it's sliding down a bit there. Oh, beautifully bowled by Temba Maupa, well bowled.
Full and straight again, hitting the stumps, angling in. Just looked like he did Malika for a bit of pace there. Nice and quick and full, as we see here in the replay. Comes steaming in, into the wind. Good length, like nip back and taken middle leg stump out. Good. Great spell this from Maupa. That's 1 run in the last 8 balls he's conceded, as well as picking up a wicket. See the back of Malika for 18 runs off 17 balls. .52 for 2 off 8.2. Christopher Cleves comes into bat. We're looking to continue the momentum with Marco Murray. Maupa will come obviously around the wicket now to the new right-handed batter and look to attack him.
I've seen today that the bowlers that are sticking to their plans are getting rewarded. Wicket to wicket's been the order of the day. And you see as Tim has stuck with that straight plan. Albie shot ball before that, just sliding down leg and next ball crashing into middle stump. So the bowlers that have had the patience and the skill to stick with their plan have really been rewarded here today.
Good heavy hard length for Maupa. Please defends it to backward point. Sets off for a single, sent back by Murray. Ika sweeps around to pick it up and no single. Ball again down to third man, where Henderson runs around, picks it up and keeps it down to single. Two balls left of Maupa's third over. 1 for 7 so far. Great bowling. Needs to finish the over well. And he comes around the wicket again to Murray. Well bowled. Another good line and length. Just pushed out into offside by Murray. Into the gap. And partially fielded by Ika. But plenty of time for a single.
Not a sight you see too often there from Ika at backward point. Just a bit of a knock on here. He's been brilliant for the Rhinos this season, even this game, stopping 5 or 6 runs already. Nicely cleaned up there by Junior Mauka.
Short of a length, drifting down leg, and just worked down off the glove, I think, from Greaves down to Jukes for 1. Good end to the over. 55 for 2 off 9 overs.
We see John Heinrichsen being added to the attack now to replace Junior Makua from top end. The local boy, he'll know this wicket and how's it playing. Yeah, exciting for him to get into this game. He's bowled really well. A nail biter game there against the Tuskers, kept his nerve there at the end, so I'm sure that's done massively for his confidence coming to this game.
Yeah, went behind him, over his left shoulder, looked to angle it in, trying to hit the stumps as well. He's got 3 men out on the leg side, deep square, fine leg and deep mid wicket. We're looking to come and fire it in, aiming to try and possibly hit those stumps. Full on leg stump, got into his field, swept away just for 1 to deep mid wicket.
You see the Iinyathi boys still very happy with knocking it around and just getting the scoreboard, keeping it ticking. I'm sure the senior statesman there, Marco Murray, will be calculating when to go. He's played a lot of cricket, so he'll know when to pull the trigger.
Great ball there by Henderson. The looked like it just shaped away a little bit. Murray's gone out to work on the offside, but taken a thick edge and beaten third man and gone down for 4.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to go behind square with that, but I don't think he was looking that
No,
that
not that
fine,
fine,
but not that fine. Really well bowled there by John Henriksen.
That's the line length looking for, hard into the pitch, top of middle leg. Just defended back to mid-on for no run by Murray.
It's been very effective today, that sort of line and length. That straight line, middle and leg, hitting the wicket nice and hard. Very hard to score off that today.
Slightly shorter, worked off the hip, just for another single out to deep square. Good plans here by the Rhinos, nice and tight. Big boundary out there, it's going to be difficult to clear it later on. Stick to these plans as long as possible. Slightly on the slow side of the pitch. Obviously he's been baking in the heat for the last few days. And sprinkling it between rolls. And he comes. Banged in, didn't get up as much as he probably thought, and just dropped onto the leg side for another single. Good over here by Henriksen. You can possibly say the one ball that there was a slight little bit of width ended up going to the boundary, no fault of his own. But each one that's been in the line of the stumps hasn't looked like possibly going to the boundary. So to finish this over, bowling nice and straight. There we go. Great finish to the over. 7 runs coming off that over. Halfway mark, 62 for 2. I think the Rhinos will be happy with that. Even though they've only taken 2 wickets, but only going a run a ball for the first half. Obviously they'll know that acceleration will get pushed by Iinyathi, but with the debutants still to come in and possibly a couple of batters that will probably feel a bit under pressure with, not with the scores being as it is. All the pressure falls onto the shoulders of Marco Murray. He's done all the hard work now, so he's got to try and bat through as much as he can. Hooper to bowl the last over. 3 overs, 1 for 9. Great spell today. That one just outside off stump, good length again. Gleeds tries to drive it, plays and misses through to Kathrana, dot ball.
Yeah, 100% agree with you where same, the pressure does rest on Marco's shoulders, capable shoulders. But yeah, with team set up like this and few youngsters in the middle order, also isn't a lot of experience there in the middle order, but a few youngsters there, we'll put a bit of pressure on that Eastern Cape team. Just have to see how they go about it. They're happy to knock it around for now. Scoreboard ticking. I don't think the Rhinos boys will be too phased by that. Another dot ball there from Temba Maupa.
Quick and straight into the toes of Marco Murray. Can only dig it out back to the bowler. 3 balls left. I think he doesn't want to stray from the stumps. Looks like Marco Murray is possibly looking to give him a bit of width and and free his hands and use the offside, but it's imperative that it stays nice and straight, just like that. They can only dig it out for 1. Very good for Maupa. 2 runs off 4 balls. Fantastic spell this. Can he finish it superbly well? Just 2 balls to go. I think he doesn't change anything if he keeps going, angling in from around the wicket to the stumps. Just like that. Worked out onto the leg side. Thought of 2. Snakeman runs around from it on and keeps it down to 1. Very good for Maupa. Just got to execute exactly what he's been doing, and they'll be happy with just to be able to concede another single and finish what has been a terrific spell.
Massive ball, this one.
Full into Yorker length, dug out by Array, back to bowler. End of what was a superb spell from Maupa.
Yeah, 4 overs, 1 for 12. Don't think you get much better than that as a bowling in the power play, just after the power play as well. He's got to be really happy with that. I'm sure the coaches will be pleased with that as well. Really good effort there by Temba Maupa.
One of the most economical spells of the season, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Henderson to continue from the northern end. Good passage of play here. The run rate has now dropped to under a run a ball. So the Rhinos have kept Iinyathi nicely in check since the power play.
I think the Iinyathi batters have got to look to put the pedal to the metal now, because as we see, this wicket's not the easiest to walk in and score at 8s or 10s, so they don't want to leave it too late. Don't see it being a wicket where new batters can walk in and strike the ball from the first ball. So with 9 overs to go and 8 wickets in the bank, you'd expect him to go after it a bit now. Another run is pushed into the covers there, fielded by Rolfsey, throwing it back there. They look to be happy with their singles, but I know that Marco will be eyeing that cow corner boundary. He loves that area. The long boundary is going to have to be a big hit though.
Dead ball. Henderson just aborts his runner. Possibly gust of wind just pushed him from behind and worried about overstepping. Back to his mark, and he comes again. Digs it in, doesn't really get up. It's like Marco Murray just threw the shot slightly too early off the glove and loops up, and Kathrada tidies up behind. Another dot ball. Pressure here from the Rhinos. Not a bad option to bowl with the field set as it is. Deep square, fine leg, all back, and obviously just slightly slower on the slower side, so no pace on the ball. And he comes, bit of width, and Murray capitalizes and hits it back with a point.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be as a bowler, giving width on the offside with the leg side field, and we've seen that time and time again. Hitting the stumps has been the order of the day. I'm sure he'll be disappointed in himself. He's just looking to get back onto his straight line.
Back onto it, yep. Yeah. I think all the boundaries we've seen today have just come from a little bit of width, and they've stuck to their plans nicely, hence why they're only going at a, pretty much a run a ball. So it's going to be pretty sure the message will obviously get out to get back to the Iinyathi bowlers, and you'll probably find they'll come in and, you know, bowl the same to a similar plan. Digs it in, back of the length, punches to sweep on the side. It's for a single. End of the over. 12 overs gone, 72 for 2. Stand a chance to win 1 million rand at the end of the T20 challenge. Simply catch the ball with one hand off a 6 hit during a televised T20 challenge cricket match. As we have seen, there's been 2 already, and wonder who will be next. The catch must be captured and clearly visible on stadium video or TV camera broadcast, as it will be audited. Visit www.cricket.coza for more information. 2 great catches so far. If you've seen them. One at down at Corbetta and the other one at Supersport Park. Rolf's back in the attack, digs it in, pulled out to the boundary where Maupa runs around and throws it in a bit wildly, but just 1 run.
It's great to see the T20 cricket getting supported again. It's always a lovely vibe down at the side of the field, and yeah, when you throw 1 million rand into that, it makes it all the much better. So get your practice in and get to every game.
Rolfs comes in, bowls back of a length. Murray backs away and slaps him back over his head for 1 bounce 4. But intent here now for Marco Murray. I think he's possibly targeting Rolfs here. You see there he backs away. Didn't quite follow him enough with the field that he had set with mid-on and mid-off up. Really had to go further down leg or fuller. Change in the field, sorry.
Yeah.
Good change in the field. Finally comes up and mid-on moves back to long on.
Now this is often the big moments in T20 games. He's clearly looking at Rolf's going, this might be the guy they target. So interesting to see how this pans out. If Rolf's sticks to his guns here, that could be a moment where you break the back of the acceleration, or they could really kick on from this. So important moments in the game, the next 2 overs of this T20 game.
Great fielding there by Captain Mayet. Diving and saving 2 runs. Maria again backing away, looking to slap it through the offside. Rolf's got to keep his eye on him.
You just see by the guard that he's standing, giving himself room, standing leg stump or just outside. You can see that he wants to free his arms and get those levers going. It's really well bowled by Rolfs. He's definitely eyeing out that cow corner region. As we've seen throughout the years, Marku gets the ball as clean as anyone there. He'll be looking for that ball to go at that cow corner area.
Dug in, short by Rolfs. Slightly slower off the surface.
Really good to see the change-up as Rolfs looks on the top floor, as they say. Take the ball short. We haven't seen that much today.
As soon as he pitched it up, Murray just gets back on the front foot and hits him back over his head again for 1 bounce 4.
So the charge definitely on here by the Iinyathi team. Definitely changing the gears. Rhinos are going to have to come up with a good plan to contain Marco Murray.
rate moves up to 6.4. 83 for 2 off 13. 7 overs to go. As we see the bowling figures, fantastic from Mawupa, up 4 overs, 1 for 12. Change from seam back to spin. Junior Makua back on. Field spread.
I think really good learnings for the youngster Junior Makua in a situation like this. He's just got to hold his nerve and go again, wicket to wicket, with that long boundary. Can come out victorious here.
Push onto them into the mid-wicket region. With that big boundary, fielders are obviously slightly back. Quick fielders are out there, but there's still enough time to get back for 2. That just stays. He's now 10 meters off the boundary. Gone for the big sweep. 2-leg side. And Murray has whacked it over deep square for 6. Fantastic shot. Acceleration has been
Really well adapted there by Cleves. He I think Makua did see him go over to the leg side and followed him, but he's adapted really well. Still got that away. Ooh,
watched him there, and he's gone the other side and done him outside off stump. Well bowled. Possibly.
cat and mouse at the moment.
Yeah. A lot of movement around. Ooh, hello. Yeah. Pitching middle, hitting the top of off. But unfortunately, the batter Gleaves had pulled away. Makua put him under pressure, trying to bowl before he's ready. We've seen that before occasionally, but the batter still hangs their bat out to try and stop the ball, not realizing that once you walk away and if it's a stump, it doesn't really matter. And he comes again, flighted into the leg stump and worked through, but Marco Murray not quite interested in the 2 where Gleaves was.
Some good signs there in that last ball there, in the dead ball. Watch that nice turn, bit of grip and rip. So yeah, the Iinyathi spinners will be really licking their lips as we got to see a ball do that.
Put on leg stump again by Makua. It's pushed down to long on for a comfortable single. Marco Murray using experience and realizing which balls they can run to, which ones they can't. Up again, punched into the ground over Makua to Dukes here at long off. End of the over. 94 for 2 or 14. Right, 6 overs left. I think like 8 wickets in hand. I think we can possibly see a little bit more acceleration. Batters are got a feel of the pitch. It's like Gareth Dukes is coming back into the attack. I think he's going to bowl a mixture of change of pace. Ball's a bit older, pitches banked a bit longer in the sun, slightly slower. I think pace off the ball is and back of a length is more vital than and a bit fuller.
See Gareth Dukes really settling into this role of bowling in the back end. And the start of his career, looked to bowl 4 of his overs up front with a swinging ball, and adapted really nicely and really honed in on his skills, and been really good for the Rhinos. Closing out the innings, along with, I'm sure we'll go with John Heinrichsen as well.
Fantastic strike by Glees, and that has gone into the hockey Astro for a big 6. Into the pitch from Duke, so he's just picked it up and hit it 20 meters back. Under pressure now, Duke 6 off the first ball. Reeves has got used to the pace of the pitch. I think he's sitting and waiting for the slower balls and that. As we go underneath it, knowing that he's hitting with the wind, so anything down in the V, it's going to travel. Stiff breeze behind him.
He's picked it up really nicely. The key there was the length.
Go on again. Wide off Marietta, long off, and they've got it back for 2. Never quite getting there. Made good 20-30 meters there, but never quite getting underneath it.
I think Cleves didn't intend it to go that far. I think he was looking to chip over extra cover, but with this wind behind the ball, carried a whole lot further than he thought.
Cutter again by Dukes into the pitch. Reeves picks it up, hits it flat, one bounce out to deep mid wicket. Acceleration button has definitely been pressed. Reeves looks like he's definitely striking it pretty nasty now. So I expect Ray to possibly follow suit. He does, picks it up, he's walked across. Dukes has followed him, full outside off, and he's fuller, and he's headed over extra cover for a couple of bounces forward and brings up his very well played 50 or 45 balls.
We've spoken about this. The pressure of the batting order on his shoulders, and he's matched up to the task here with a beautiful 51 of 5. Yet again, seasoned campaigner, no stranger to these knocks for him.
Back to the trusted length, top of leg rather, slightly straighter, and gone out to deep mid wicket for 1. A lot of movement by the batters now, possibly putting the bowlers slightly very expensive over there. 20 runs coming off it. Slowly now they've raced along to 114 for 2. 5 overs left to go.
And we did mention their ability to catch up in those middle overs, and they've shown it again here. Really gone after the Rhinos bowlers. Really momentum slightly shifting towards the Iinyathi team as they look to put the Rhino team under pressure here in the last 5 overs. Junior Makua back on it here. Marku's gonna definitely back his slog sweep here, and it's gonna be interesting to see with the
Nice and full from Makua to start. Can only get driven out to long off for 1. Good start here. Either got to get it right full there so the batter can't get underneath it. He's got to put his length back slightly. In he comes again. Slightly slower, held it back a bit.
It's a very good length, that. Challenging length, inviting those cross bat shots
Towards a big boundary.
Yeah.
Nice and full again. And driven down the ground for 1. Good start here by Makua. 3 runs off the first 3 balls.
He's shown massive heart here, the young man. He's really stuck to his guns here.
Oh,
Really well played.
great shot by Greaves. Reverse sweep over the 2 men there.
But again, Neil, we see that no matter which part of the game, that the width is always offering something. With the width, you can play those switch hits and reverse sweeps. Got to be looking to hit the stumps so they miss you hit. Just puts a bit more pressure on the batter to play those shots, knowing that you're going stump to stump. If he doesn't execute it, he'll be back in the change room. So that width again, just allowing the batter to go after him. He's got to get back onto the stumps.
Possibly worried about getting hits. Got hit over the leg side for a big six previous over, so possibly worried about Greaves doing that again. Gone there. Good pace, slightly wider, slapped it through the covers, but good stop by Mayet at extra cover.
It's a bit of a knock on there, scrum down.
Yeah.
He's extra cover.
That's what he's been worried about, and he's picked him up. Greaves has just half punched that to deep square, and that is the end of a well played innings for Greaves. 39 of 24 balls. Hasn't gone through with it. He's just kind of like hit it out to deep square for catching practice, where he played a similar shot in a previous over, and he's actually cleared the ropes.
Yeah, he really did hesitate on that. I'm not sure.
It's really 2 lines.
It's a really good catch from Karabo Mafutsi running in from that deep square boundary. Those catches are never easy, especially with the wind. It's hard to judge those, so really good catch from him. It's Jerome Bossa strides to the crease. Their season campaigner. Really strong hitter of the ball. Bit unfamiliar territory for him. Batted at the top of the order most of his career. Interesting to see with him coming in now at 5. Really good striker of the ball, so I'm sure he'll do just fine.
Back to a left right hand combination. The Rhinos are going to have to be strict on their lines here from a bowling perspective. Ten lucky students stand a chance to win up to 100,000 Rand towards their outstanding tertiary fees by simply attending any of the T20 challenge games. Visit www.cricket.coza or our social media pages for more information. T's and C's apply.
See, Jerome Boss has done really nicely in the Eastern Cape. I know he went to high school in Durban, Glenwood Boys College, and also a really good rugby player as well at I think SA Schools at 10, so handy sportsman.
John Henderson back into this attack from the southern end now. And he comes nice and full, hit down the ground, just for one, to Snowman on it long on. This is where Henderson thrives at the death. He'll bowl 2 of the last 4 overs, looking to execute Yorkers and slow balls and bowling to his field. 3 men out on the leg side on the big boundary, so he'll look to Emerson coming around the wicket, and he'll look to fire it in. So he's just bringing his square leg up now, and third man going back, so possibly bowling slightly angling into more off stump as opposed to leg stump. Exactly what doing exactly that, and Bossa can just dig it out.
Good call there, Cotto. You're definitely showing us your experience. That's not new to cricket. Did you play much? Did you do much of this role in the white ball format?
I did, yeah.
At the end of the innings?
Yeah, used to bowl up front and at the death, and loved it at the death, just like John. So we've had many a chat. and just working out angles, field placings, all of that. There we go again, going into middle and off, out to deep mid wicket just for one. Guys, I've watched a lot of cricket and seen a lot of bowlers bowl and execute, and there's not many better than Innings at the end bowling Yorkers. We see at the grounds nowadays, smaller boundaries. You mix it up and don't get your bowl other options, and the wickets are good. You get out the ground quite comfortably.
Definitely, Henderson really prides himself in being one of the best in the circuit in the back end, and puts a lot of work into it, and you can see the results. He bowled beautifully in this comp, especially the back end last week. Could arguably say he won the game with the ball there. The back end only going for 7 in the last over of the game. That nail-biting super over at the end. But yeah, he really misses. He very rarely misses. Ooh, mix up. Wow.
Big mix-up, bit of a fumble in the field. I think there was too much calling. Possibly was actually an easy single in the end. I think Bossa didn't quite know where the ball went, and they're having a talk about it now. But resulting in just the one run, which it probably was anyway. Another fine delivery from Henderson. 4 singles and a dot ball. Big delivery here. Pretty sure he's just having a chat to Captain Mayet and Snyman at the long on boundary just to see what options to do. I think with the field set and Murray looks to go straight. He doesn't look to paddle and the seamers. So it looks like he's going to possibly fire it in nice and full. He's got cover all around for the quick, straight delivery, angling into the stumps. Field set for that. Let's see if he can execute. And he comes. And he does exactly that. Fantastic over from Henderson. All of those are watching, certainly could have, possibly been one of those in the SA20. Good to see him, perform under a bit more pressure in SA20, but doesn't really get to him. He's got his routine. He knows how to fire in a Yorker, whether it's practice, whether it's in the high pressure situation of super over, as we saw last week, where he executed pretty much 6 Yorkers, only going for 4 runs off the bat. Would have been, but obviously with the new auction next year, well, for 2026, and a lot more players back in the auction, hopefully another season under his belt, get picked up for the SA20.
Definitely, yeah. I think big part of his X factor is also the willingness to keep going with it. I think the bowlers sometimes fix something that's not broken. If you've seen in that last over, he went really full and only went for 5, and kept going with that Yorker. I think important part is don't change it if it's working. If you're landing it, keep going. You see players go 2 or 3 Yorkers in an over, they go for once, but then they look for that change up, and that's often the ball that travels. So really good to see that he's backing his Yorker. He puts a lot of hard work into it.
Rolls into attack. Pushes a bit wider. Bossa just pushes it out into the covers just for a sighter, and easy single. Right, pressure now onto the set Adam Murray. He'll be looking to he is hitting into a stiff breeze, but it's not too big a strike if he does go straight. Looks like with just deciding on the field placing, mid off up, can't afford to bowl any width here. He's got to possibly got to bowl a bit straighter here. In he comes. Murray gives himself room.
Great take there by Katrada.
Great take.
Got the leg.
Rolfs has followed him, but just gone too far down the leg side.
You know, you can sort of see it already when Rolfs is running in. Actually looks like he's going to look to back away to the leg side a bit and create that gap to hit and access that sweeper boundary on the offside. Rolf's got to be on his toes here and follow him.
Got to stay outside leg stump here. Still a bit too straight and open to face has Marco Murray and hit it wide off long off for 4. Right idea from Rolfs, but he's still too straight. Possibly even missing leg stump isn't straight enough, as we see here on the replay. See a hitting leg stump and too straight. He's got to go towards his pads more, and it's a free hit. So overstepping under pressure here, Rolfs. He's got to get into those feet of Murray. No, it's too straight again. Easy hit out onto the offside for a 6. Possibly Rolfs is a little bit worried about going too far down leg, like he did in that second ball, which went for a wide. But that line was a good line, but just obviously being a bouncer, it's gone past him, so they're going to call a wide. If he holds that line and hits the pads, and Murray moves back to offside, the umpire's not going to call it a wide because he's moved from his setup position. So field changes again.
Yeah, I think, sorry, Neil. Yeah, I think in a situation like that, you've got to just pick your poison. If you're going to commit to that leg stump line, you've got to commit to 100% and accept that maybe a ball might slip down leg and get that wide. But yeah, you're seeing with the field like they had the previous ball. If you do miss or if you're too straight, it just becomes too easy.
Open to face again. Now it's wider of extra cover on the boundary, and it's gone for 1 bounce 4. He's obviously looking to go fuller, which he has, but again, too much width, bowling 4th, 5th stump there. Bowling that length on, got to go a little bit straight to the net still. Under pressure here. 17 off the first 3 balls only. Slightly straighter, pushed into the covers for 1.
Captain Mayet did push a player out there at the sweeper boundary, but you see that the width still offers you too many options. There's still too many holes in that offside field, so you still got to go a lot straighter than that, even with the protection.
We'll set for going full again, or little off cutter there. Double bluffed him and actually well bowled. Pace off the ball to the new batter. Not as easy as it is for a set batter. Good option, yeah. He could possibly that similar delivery now coming up. We've seen pace on, it's actually just been hit through the line. And he comes, there we go. Got a grip there. Watson just pushes it into offside for 1. End of the over.
Yeah, a really expensive over there for the Rhinos, but Hadman really held his nerve there. You see the last 3 balls gone single. I think he'll be happy to get out the over like that with the first few.
2 overs to go. Henriksen to bowl from the southern end again into the breeze. He'll look to repeat. Very similar over like he did last time, firing it into middle and off here with the field set. He's got to possibly bring one more across here. Everyone on the ring. Big appeal from keeper and bowler. Interesting angling in.
Possibly outside the line, maybe? I'm not too sure there.
Let's see, either hit him outside the line or doing too much, hit him in line and just missing leg. It does come from a wide angle. So hitting him in line as hitting leg stump is, is probably put the doubt into the umpire's mind. Mark Maria back on strike. Big deliveries here from Henderson. Can he fire it in, get it up onto his toes? There he does again. Great execution. Squeezed out to the onside, racing around the two, well bowled, but they've managed to get back for two. Another good execution from Henderson. Can't get underneath it. Maria feeling the heat here in the low felt in Mpumalanga, on his haunches, batting the whole innings.
Tell you what, that's not a sea breeze blowing now. A bit different to that beautiful Eastern Cape coastline.
Nice warm breeze up here. Money on possibly just a single here if it does go out to the sweepers. Just like that, exactly, just jogs through for one.
Played a lot of cricket against and with Bossa. Be interesting to see, because I think he knows that Hendrickson's going to back his block hole, he's going to back that Yorker. Be interesting to see if he's going to pull out that lap of his. He backs it, plays it really well. See if he goes to that, because I don't think John is going to change it.
He's gone, and well said. He's gone early enough. I thought Henderson might have just pushed it slightly further outside off stump. But again, someone executes the Yorker extremely well. That's always, see there, yeah, just got to go a little bit further. Puts him off his plan and just bowls a low full toss. Made it quite comfortable to get underneath it. Just missed his Yorker there by a foot or so.
He'll keep going to that. He really does back that. Be nice to see how John combats that. Maybe rolling the fingers over. If you're taking the pace off, give him no pace to go for that option. But I don't think Bossa will stop going there.
Well bowled. He's followed him this time. Very good from Henderson. Seen him go. Does go slightly early, but Henderson with his angle from around the wicket keeps it well outside off stump, and the third man back, he only has the option of going over the leg side, and it was just too far outside the off stump to be able to get any bats on it.
Yeah.
Which results in a change of field. Finally goes back now, and sweep on the offside comes in. It's got to go into middle and leg here now. Can't go outside off. Angles in exactly like that. Very well bowled. And just results in that little single. Another great over. Fantastic spell from Henderson, bowling it to death. 4 overs, 0 for 26. Lucky not to pick up a wicket or two. Takes the score on to 153 for 3 with 1 over left. Jeez.
Yeah, again, it's just speaking about that, that X factor of John is sticking with that Yorker. We see a lot of players that if it and they bowl it, and then the player does get down on the lap, they often change it, and yeah, Hendrickson just sticking with his Yorker and landing two beautiful ones there at the end and going for 2 dot balls. Really is the difference there at the end. Garrett Jukes to finish the innings off.
Field set for a couple of, I think, with a left-hander, definitely going to bowl a few cutters.
Yeah.
And seeing his hand already, slightly too full, but also hasn't quite got underneath it. Hits it wide off, long off for a comfortable 2. The Jukes now just taking the pace off the ball, looking to possibly make the batters create their own pace and hopefully get a bit of grip out of the surface.
All the Rhinos batters are taking in as much information from this wicket as possible, seeing that it's a bit slower than they're used to on this trip.
Into the pitch from Jukes again. Cutter comes off slowly. Bossa just pulls it out to deep mid wicket for 1. Okay, interesting to see what he goes with here from a field placement. Yeah, deep square, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and sweeper. So again, it's going to be pace off or nice and full.
Going with that outside leg for Marku. Stance there.
Great bowling from Jukes. Saw him go across, followed him nice and full, so he couldn't get over fine leg. Not really a shot that he plays. Not really in position to play that shot properly, but executed very well. Three balls to come. Here comes. It's straight down the ground. Beats long off. And results in another 4. Possibly just a fraction too full there from Jukes, a bit of cutter. Just got to put his length back a little bit for that, or get a bit fuller under the bat. Okay, and he comes, 2 big balls to go. In he comes, that's better, well bowled. Squeezed out onto the offside. Mabupa cleans up, just a single. Very well executed there. Last ball. Can he find the hole? But too full, taken. Great catch on the deep mid wicket boundary by Junior Makua to finish the innings. Low full toss. Murray has tried to hit it to the long boundary into the wind, resulting in not carrying. Good finish to the over from Jukes. And that, as we see on the slow-mo here, Kua walking in. Straight at the stumps. Murray got across and trying to hit it, but big boundary resulted in a wicket for Jukes. Right, that wraps up the first innings. 162 for 4. Eastern Cape Iinyathi. I think they'll be happy with that after being 62 for 1 in the power play after the first 10. So they've ended up getting pretty much 100 runs off the last 10. I think what we have seen, Kurt, is that batters in, it's easier for the batter that's in to kind of, accelerate and bat through, as opposed to, if you keep losing wickets, possibly might be quite hard to get runs quickly. I think every batter that we saw have kind of, played themselves in,
Yeah.
and then pushed the accelerator button.
Yeah, definitely is going to it's not gonna it's gonna get harder and harder to score on this wicket. So yeah, definitely top order's got to take responsibility in this chase. If you're getting in, gotta look to bat long here. As Neil said, it will be hard for batters coming in to score, and can imagine it getting a little bit harder as well. Um, so yeah, it's massive for that top five to take responsibility. One of them to get in and bat throughout that innings. Um, also not uh, also not to leave it too late. They've see the Iinyathi team started off quite slow, but had the ability to catch up um, those last 10. But with the wicket, it's getting a little bit slower. I think that power play becomes massive for this run chase.
As we see the bowling figures again, Temba Mawupa up front, fantastic 4 overs, 1 for 12. Gareth Dukes, 4 overs, 2 for 39, went for an expensive over. Hammond Rolfs his last over, obviously going for a few. Yuri Snyman just with a 1 over. Junior Makua, 3 overs of his left arm spin. And then John Emerson, 2 overs at a death, only going for 26 off his 4.
John and Tim are definitely the pick of the bowlers there, as well as Garrett Dukes. Bowled really nicely. They went after him with one over, but it's come back really nicely. So, yeah, bit of even Stevens, I'd say, at the moment. The Rhinos bowlers will be pleased, and as well as the Eastern Cape batters being really happy with those last 10. So, say the game's quite evenly balanced at the moment. It'll be interesting to see this run chase.
Cricket South Africa and Hollywood Bets are excited to bring you the Hollywood Bets Pro Series Women's Professional League, made up of the Hollywood Bets Pro 50 and Hollywood Bets Pro 20, starting Friday the 4th of October. For more information, visit www.cricket.coza. As we see the ground staff just cleaning up the pitch for the second innings, we will be back for the start of the run chase shortly. Welcome back to Uplands College. You see the umpires make their way out to the middle. Iinyathi finished their warm-up, the bowlers. It's walking off for a quick chat. On walk the batters for Mpumalanga Rhinos. Makotsi and Mayet making their way to the crease for what should be an interesting run chase. Possibly in the pitch and the heat of the last few hours today and yesterday, whilst we got slightly slower, and as we saw as it went on, slightly harder to score for the new batters. So it's going to be a question of possibly the batters, play themselves in and then pushing the accelerator. Batters out to the middle while we just wait for the fielding side to finish their chat and make their way out. We're looking to get off to a good start here in the power play. Use those 6 overs where just 2 fielders in the ring, and then possibly look to hit a few more boundaries than what Iinyathi did. I think they only got 2 boundaries in the first 6 overs, so I know the Rhinos are looking to capitalise and possibly get as many as they can. Mayet to take first ball, taking his guard. Before we start, while the umpires are having a chat to the captain, our Proteas men will take on the current ICC Men's T20 World Cup champions India in November for a thrilling T20 international series matches. Visit www.cricket.coza for your tickets. Nico van Sail to start into the wind from the southern end. Took 5 wickets for 9 runs the other day in a great spell. He'll look to shape the ball away from the right-hander. Nice and tall. Comes in and starts with a good loosener wide outside the off stump. First runs on the board for the Rhinos without a ball being bowled, as they say. Bustling into the breeze, strong breeze. Better areas by Van Sail. Mayek just pushes out into the offside for a dot. Joined by Musa Twala, who's popped in to say hi and have a few words. Musa, 160 on the board, 162 to win, 163 to win. What do you reckon?
Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, very confident that the opening pair can really get us off to a good start. I think in recent games, Makotsi has really shown that he's got an attacking role to him. And I'm very certain that Mayet will be looking to capitalise on the last game of the season. I think he certainly knows the wicket quite better. He's currently, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's got the highest average on this ground, so it's going to be an interesting show. And building from that, I think with the lineup we have today, I think everyone's keen to try and get some runs in the park. Average score on this ground has been 168 in total, so 5 runs short, so we'll see how this game sort of progresses.
All coming on nicely from the pace of Fansel here, and I think that won't be long until Mayet, advances possibly, and looks to take the attack. Back of a length there, got to put it over mid wicket. Just probably not quite short enough for that.
I think what we've seen on the wicket so far has just been a bit too paced. Ball's not coming on as quickly as the batters would think, so it's very important for the batters just to keep on waiting on for a bit longer. So it should be interesting to see what option they go for next ball or next over.
Just drifting down the leg side, stifled appeal. Another dot ball. Good comeback here from Van Sale after that wide first ball. He's looked to hit good areas, bowling good test match line and length here. Just to Mayet just to try hit him off his good lengths. Big last ball coming up here of the over. Back of a length. Ooh, bit of a mix up in the middle, almost running into each other. And they scamper through for 1 run. End of the first over, 2 runs on the board. Good start here by Iinyathi. Good first over by Van Sale. Interesting to see who they go with second over. They're going to have spin or they're going to have pace.
No surprise they're going for Jade de Klerk. He's coming on. I assume he'd probably go long on Carl, as if you're replacing, after trying to squeeze as much as they can in the power play.
Yeah, bowling to the long boundary on the leg side and bowling with the wind behind him. So it's a big hit out onto the leg side there. Mayet possibly got to bowl a straighter line, give Mayet no room, especially with the 2 men out on the, like you said, long on and deep mid wicket. So you'll look to be bowling into the stumps and tuck Mayet up, and obviously looking to try and hit the stumps. So if they do go across the line, there's the opportunity of LBW or bowled.
Mayet is generally a good mover of his feet. Likes to utilise the crease and enjoys hitting quite straight, so this should be an interesting showcase.
On the money first ball, de Klerk. Yet advancing, de Klerk sees him, pulls his length back. Just pushed out onto the offside for another dot ball. Yet will know that good hand there by de Klerk. Palms it down to long on. Yet getting off the strike. Getting off the mark. Looks like de Klerk might have possibly damaged a finger.
I'm pretty sure Eastern Cape would hope not. Only 3 balls in. Just looking at the wicket and seeing actually how the lack of pace is a bit. Batters do need to be a bit proactive in their approach. So I'm pretty sure that's something they're discussing as well in between the over.
Line and length from de Klerk again. Just trying to push that into the covers. Played and miss. Big scampered single. Takes 40 to his first run. Good disciplined start here after that first ball. Yet advances, pushes it out too long on. Single. End of the second over. Similar start to what the Iinyathi had batting wise. I think so they obviously just want to get a feel of this slightly slower pitch.
Yeah, very, very much so. I think in a situation like this, it's so important for you to make sure that you bank towards the back end as well. The last thing you want is having lost too many wickets in the power play and you've got nothing or no sort of firepower in the back end. So I'm pretty sure this is all strategy that is actually spoken on, and both teams are aware on. Here's Nick to come in.
Good hard lengths again, Van Stel, slightly variable bounce from his height. That one not carrying through to the keeper, so just holding it a bit slightly.
Really loving the intent from Mayet, looking to take on the game. It's really, really positive.
Good fielding at point there by Jay de Klerk. Trying to run out the non-striker, managed to get back. I think from the height that Van Stel bowls at, he's just got to keep running in bowling a good hard line and length. If one possibly holds its line, shapes away slightly, doesn't quite get up as much as the other, we'll just carry on until pace off there. Mayet slaps it, but straight to middle for another dot. Bit of pressure building on Mayet here. 2 runs off 12 balls. 2 runs off 13, sorry. So
Mayet just signaling to his batting partner that there may have been some pace taken off, signaling that that was an off cutter possibly. So it seems like the variations are in play already.
good area by Van Stel. Very good. He gets up a bit. Afternoon sun here in the low felt. A lot of vocals from the fielding side. Off to a good start here. By Van Stel. Possibly missing out there, Mayet. Ooh. Mayet advances, and so pushes it into leg stump there, but pushes it a bit too wide. Good stop by Captain Malika down the leg side. Another wide to the score. Looks like it's a debutant, Matthew Fourie, coming into bowl. Big strong lad with the wind behind him. Bit of pressure on him, first game. Teammates have got the side off to a good start in the power play. Pretty sure that the batters have spoken about this and will look to take advantage of his first over in T20 cricket. Starts off with a decent line and length. Khotsi pushing at it. Just wide of extra cover. One bounce to middle for no run. Back of a length from Fourie. Hotzi trying to pull it over mid-wicket. Possibly keeps a bit low and just hits the top of leg stump. And that's a first wicket for Iinyathi. Hotzi gesturing just after that the ball kind of just skidded on, didn't bounce as much as he expected from the tall Fourie. Restarted and continuing what has been a good start, very good start here by Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Going to have to be a lot of Musa. Going to have to be a lot of I think from what we see now, it's just a lot of rotation, pushing.
No doubt about it. I think if any team is in a similar position, they know that they need wickets in hand, so that's the most important thing. And I think playing reckless cricket is not going to really give the team an opportunity to capitalise on that. But coming in, we know that Yika has played with Eastern Cape Iinyathi, so he's got a few familiar faces and teammates that he's probably looking to prove a point to. Of course, he's joined us now at the Rhinos, so pretty sure he's got a really strong point to prove, and he's looking forward to his innings. He's such a stroke player, generally loves to move around his crease as well. Exceptional hands, and I mean, this wicket probably should suit him actually, with the lack of pace. He loves to get into good positions to hit the ball along the ground, and yeah, let's have a watch.
Definitely no need for big slugs like you say, just good cricket shots. Good Fourie bowls a heavy ball into the ribs of Yika. Tail up with the wind. First wicket in T20 pro cricket. No, definitely know from experience that he will certainly run in 1 or 2, 5-10 kilometers an hour quicker. Confidence from getting that wicket, and with the wind behind his back.
All the nerves are settled now.
Definitely. Again, played by Yika.
Solid positions from Yika. Ball straight to mid off. I'd really be curious what Yika was smiling about when he walked down to my head to actually do the first ball. Generally, you know how batters are, they like to target certain bowlers, so if this is it, let's have a look.
Come on, man. Come on, Maddie. Hi, Maddie. Work up, work.
Single, but he's turned back to his end.
Just what I said earlier about, you're looking for stroke players and working the ball around. We actually saw the opposite the other night. Newlands on a trickish wicket. The Warriors sent in Swanepoel up front, and he just took the attack and ended up getting 81 off 40 balls on not an easy wicket. And what happens with that is bowlers end up straying from a good line of length that they have been bowling. Batter puts him off, and also hits the ball in different positions, and it kind of puts everyone off their guard. And it worked well for the Warriors the other night. I wonder if possibly might be an option going forward here for the Rhinos. Not necessarily looking to sacrifice a batter, a player, that has been done. Someone like John Henderson, that he comes in and, you know, possibly looks to hit a few big ones, or possibly get the momentum going. But on the flip side, we've seen that this is a wicket you got to get in on
Exactly.
and then go. So
Partnerships become your key. Big partnerships allow batters to settle, allow bowlers as well to feel as though they're in control. But what actually ends up happening in the end is that the batters are able to sort of figure out what lanes you're looking to most of the time, and from that, the batters are able to get into rhythm. So great shot back.
Karpo into the attack, and bit of width first up, and Mayet sits back and cuts it back with a point for 4.
Apologies, I was Yika.
Oh, sorry, Yika, sorry.
They may look slightly similar, but not so much. There are slight differences.
Yeah, good stroke. Shot to get off the mark. We've seen, actually, or talking in the first innings, is that any width on offer generally went to the boundary. Good, hard, straight lengths that are more difficult to play. And as a bit of width came in, everyone capitalised. Big appeal from fair few players. Great delivery by Bukako. Looked like too good a delivery to me for Yika to actually hit that. Umpires walking down into the middle of the pitch. I think a little bit too much.
Things were getting a bit heated there.
Yeah.
Having a word at the players. Jerome lost a backward point. It's at the moment. That's why we love the game. It's a contest. Just before the keeper.
Hardly on the parkour game. Third full stump. Wind just blowing off the bails. Lots of noise in the outfield, as you can imagine. Great start in the power play by Iinyathi. Parkour comes in. Good hard areas. Pushing out into the covers for another dot ball.
Seems like players are asking Yika whether there was an edge on that or anything. I'm certain that any player wouldn't walk, regardless of whether he nicked it or not.
Wicket's gone back. Back foot down to third man for 1. Sitting at 12 for 1. It's up to 10. 10 over for the last 15. Take partnerships, as you mentioned, to get over the line here. City cricket just ships. Or to end the over. It ends the 5th over. is sitting at 12 for 1. Proteas men take on Sri Lanka for 2 test matches and a full Pakistan tour this summer, with your favourite Pink Day taking place on Sunday, the 22nd of December, 2 p.m. start. Get your tickets at www.cricket.coza. Great to have 4 test matches back in South Africa this summer. Eagerly anticipated of what could turn out to be Proteas still making it through to the World Test Championship final. It's got 2 big test matches in Bangladesh. Got to win those and then win 3 out of the 4 back home. Tough summer, but for it to continue. Bangs in a good length again. Yika pushes it out to mid-wicket for a dot. 5 balls left of the power play. It's going to be interesting. Pretty sure that Iinyathi will push everyone out after this power play. I think they'll be happy with singles and twos going forward, which will obviously make it a bit easier for the Rhinos to get a bit more momentum. Then strong shots in the gap and possibly beat the sweeper. And it's a lot of balls going to the fielders. Off the thigh pad and they scamper through for a leg by. A good start to Matthew Furry's T20 career. It's a strong, strapping fast bowler. So we could have a couple of Division 1 eyes eyeing him up. I hit back on strike for the first time in a while. He faced one in the last 2 overs. Just lost his shape there, inside edge, and they scamper through for 1. And yet now he's going to look to push the accelerator in a controlled fashion, not just slogging.
I think it must be mentioned that every batter who's come out so far, well, it's just been just lost the wicket off Mahotsi, but I mean every batter that's currently in has the right intent, and I think it's just about finding the right matchup. I mean 2 or 3 overs of 20 runs, I mean that could change the scale of the game, so I definitely think the game still hangs in the balance. Even though the dot ball count might be different, I'm pretty sure Iinyathi at this stage are much more ahead of us. But at the moment, I think the batters do have a plan, and I'm pretty sure that they are looking at that run rate. Situation is so crucial that batters make sure that they just absorb the pressure for as long as possible and find a way to accelerate.
Similar to what obviously Mark Murray did with all his experience. Started off slowly, 3 off 10, you know, and he just gradually made it up and ended up getting 70 odd or 50 odd, you know, that kind of thing. So I think he realised how crucial it was for him to stay there, and that's exactly what he did, which got the Iinyathi to 160. I think without him they would have ended up possibly just getting to 140.
Yeah, it was a good innings to watch. A lot of experience under the belt, and yeah, quite clean hitting as well. I mean, straight boundaries are smaller, squares slightly bigger, so he utilised that quite as well. Last ball of the over.
Just missed out. Full toss outside off stump. And yet just giving himself too much room. And has missed out there. Any bat on that I think could have ended up being a boundary. That concludes the power play. The Rhinos sitting at 15 for 1 off the first 6. Bukaku to continue. Obviously with the field will change now. See that they actually are keeping 1 or 2 in the ring. They are keeping the pressure on actually. I'm surprised that fine leg is no need for fine leg to be up. I actually don't know why he is. They have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 in the ring still. 7 in the ring. I'm pretty sure they will obviously going to change it now, or they're happy just to carry on as is.
I think naturally when any team is on top, they look to capitalize on finding a way to keep that pressure on the team. But
didn't expect to see that many in the ring still, but yeah, like I said,
here we go.
just quite get underneath that, quite full from Bukaku. Driven it 1 bounce to mid-on, still another dot ball. Ball count tally is adding up. Like the way they're keeping the pressure on in front of square. I'm surprised that fine leg is still up. He's still going to back himself if he hit it down there. He's still on scamper 1 anyway, so I thought there might possibly be a change here. I say it's a long time since I have seen 7 bars in a ring in the 7th over. That is the pressure that they're putting on. They're keeping it still the same. They've dropped the offside sweeper. Now they're dropping fine leg as well. Yeah. So nice 5 in the ring. I think as you know, some good hard running and only singles is not win the game, so they need to protecting the boundaries is key. Sounded a good strike. Nika back over Bukaku's head. Didn't get all of it, as we heard the ping off the bat wasn't that nice ping we normally hear off the middle of the bat, but he's got enough with the wind. Couple bounces for 4. First boundary for the Rhinos in the 7th over. Game we'll probably see another field change. We do see mid-on dropping back and 3rd man coming in, where I don't really see there's any need to, and he runs straight back. Yeah, he wasn't possibly looking at the amount in the ring. Anyway, that's could that just be what the Rhinos needed just to kickstart this innings. Bukaku comes in again, flicks down to backward square, should come back for a fairly comfortable 2. Yeah.
Let's mention that's good on in between the wickets. Head down and just keep on running.
Turn and go, absolutely.
Turn and go. We need to in this current situation. I think oftentimes batters get caught for ball watching. They really don't actually watch, and they're actually not so focused on running. That was really good from the pair at the moment that's batting.
To run around it and turn, pick it up and get it in this wind as well. Never going to turn it from that angle straight over the top at that base. 6 runs off the last 2 balls. Ooh. Just keeping a bit low there.
I guess that's what makes it so difficult for a batter to actually have a certain setup. On a wicket like this, you want to try to line up a bowler, but I mean with the inconsistency of pace and bounce, it becomes really difficult. So it's going to take a lot from the boys to actually find a way, but so far it seems like the intent is in the right place, and I guess with the field being spread, they can really start pushing a lot more, pushing the sweepers, hitting the sweepers a bit harder.
Great shot, just chipped it over the bowler's head, punched it over, and 4 more runs to Yika. Good over here from the Rhinos, and just used the pace and just it back over.
As I said, that straight boundary is quite small, so having middle up, you just need to get a little on it, or get on left or right of him, and you've got the boundary. So real good thinking cricket from Mika. That it's that kind of mentality, that kind of thinking that's going to get the team over the line. Should they continue in this manner?
He goes other side to the left hand of mid-off and beats it there, and another boundary. Great over this for the Rhinos. Just the momentum that they needed. See in the replay, just opens the face, pushes it past mid-off. 14 coming off that over.
It's always interesting with T20 cricket is that if you lose 3 overs in the power play, stats generally say that you always are most likely to lose the game. But if you have wickets in hand, despite how slow the start might be, you're always giving yourself the best possible chance of facing as many balls as possible, and I think that's the most important thing.
Absolutely, the stats have what's been done on a team that loses the most wickets. I know after 10 years of T20 cricket, when we were playing the team that lost the most wickets in the power play, ended up losing 80% of the games. So, but from a run perspective, it's certainly not the case because wickets in hand is key. 12th man Niemand, ex-captain, just having a quiet word with boss on the boundary, just to say that all good areas in the power play, no need to change it outside the power play. Tonga onto bowl here with the wind. Leg spinner. Yet advances second ball just to push it down to long off for 1. So we're looking to target him.
Just drop the shot. That's a bit different.
Width there, Mayet tries to slap through the offside, just gets a inside edge past his leg stump. Thought of a single, but Krakow quickly in and dot ball. Mayet advances. Great shot over wide, long off, and that's Mayet's first boundary. Much needed boundary. 6. Just tearing the ropes. A much needed 6. Possibly kickstart his innings now. Great strike.
Giving himself a bit of width there, trying to create some room. It's always interesting when a leggy comes on, especially the pace at which they bowl at. Generally, it's either make or break when the leggy comes on, ball turning away on a slow wicket. So good to see Mo always taking the positive option and looking to run at him.
Even though it is into the wind, like you say, it's not a big hit. Straight. Saying that, Mayet tries into the wind and just holds up in the wind and gets caught by Bosser on a long off boundary. Didn't quite get enough of it. Quite get the height on it just to clear. Also takes a comfortable catch just inside the rope. Rhinos lose their second wicket. 8 overs bowled, 37 for 2. Yuri Snyman comes to the crease. Left right hand combination. Always a good option to have, especially with the wind. And a leg spinner.
Yuri just coming off a really great knock in Johannesburg against Kaizen in England. So it should be interesting to see how he takes this form into this game. And of course batting with Yika, so these two generally have different roles, but I think as they're batting together should bring a sense of calm. Yuri being a really big head of the ball and sort of trying to capitalize and possibly score more boundaries, but I'm pretty sure that Yika will probably be on the other end thinking, how can I get Yuri in here as quickly as possible so that we can make sure we don't lose any more wickets.
Approaches woman will take in England this coming summer in 3 T20 internationals, 3 one-day internationals, Black Day on Sunday the 8th of December, and 1 test match from 15 to 18 December. Visit www.cricket.coza for more information and your tickets. Change of bowling from the southern end. Matthew Fourie coming now into the wind. Field spread a bit more now. Mingling in, just off Yika's thigh pad, and they run through for an easy leg bye. Left-hander Snowman on strike. Lots of running around the field, changing of the field, who goes where, fine leg up, back. Fielders with their always have a chuckle when I see fielders putting their hands out wide. Where do I go? Where do I go?
I think it's also just about having the right fielders in the right place. How many times in a game do you have the wrong fielder in the wrong place and the ball goes to him, and unfortunately maybe he's just not switched on and he drops it and the bat ends up and scores a big score. And we've seen it time and time again, and I think it's always so important that teams always check that you've got the right fielders in the right place, because if you don't, that could decide the game. Gone are the days when you can actually hide fielders anymore, when the ball goes to everyone.
Yep, and obviously with the left-right hand combination doesn't make it any easier for the fielding captain, because a high volume area for a right-hander could be minimal volume area for the left-hander, so it's a bit of running needed to get your right fielders in the right spot. Name on strike here to Fourie. Just tries to work on the leg side, slightly leading edge, back over the bowler. Fourie's still banging that hard length here.
I think we were just still trying to assess the pace of the wicket. Very crucial for any batter that's walking in at this stage at the moment. Not to feel as though that they need to go at it, but make sure that they actually just wait for the ball to come to them.
Probably possibly missed out there, bit of width, bit of fuller. Let's try to hammer it through the offside, but just got the toe end and back to bowler. Left in Fourie's third over. Touched onto the leg side. Pace off from Snyman and comfortably back for 2. Just going down the leg side. Like we said, the left hand, right hand combination. The wide conceded.
Credit to Malika, good start behind the wicket there. Like I'm always in favour for a keeper being able to stop that. Generally the ball does tend to keep a bit low, and if you're just able to get your body behind it, I mean, he's looked really tidy today, so really good to watch.
Yeah, it's obviously not easy captaining from behind the stumps as well. Where he comes in. Tight to the stumps. Attacking those stumps of Snowman, and he just works it down to deep mid wicket for one. End of Faree's third over. He has great figures of 1 for 7.
Look at Matthew for his stats here. He's bowled for overs, 0 maidens, 15 runs, and 2 wickets for an economy of 3.75. Must be a really good start. He must be quite glad for that start. I think any player coming to sort of list A T20 game would be smiling over those stats. So really good start from him.
Bongo to continue. So we're looking to throw in a googly here to the left-hander. Snowman comes long off, comes off the boundary. Marco Murray. So Christopher Cleves comes 2 or 3 meters over the boundary, off the boundary, and that just goes straight over his head for 6. Possible chance there. He just came off too much there, and much needed 6 by the Rhinos, by Yuri Sneyman. Yeah.
I think anything with a bit of flight is going to travel, without a doubt. I think Yuri is very fond of spinners, especially if it's in his arc. He's never looking to back down from a fight. He'll always take the fight to the bowlers, and I think that's just speaking to the intent and really good to see.
Yes, boss, you took off like a racing car there.
There's just no need to, with these shorter straight boundaries, there's no need to, kind of move in. It's going to be very tricky to run to you, on straight boundaries. Obviously the big square boundaries, yes. Trajectory that Snowman hit that, he did possibly thought it wasn't going to get to him, so he did move in, but I think now he was sitting back on the boundary. Bongo pulls his length back and Snowman just pushes it out into the covers for an easy single.
We'll predict this. I think naturally in any situation, any batter would have felt I need to go again, but just showing the sense of calm that they're displaying at this moment is good to see.
Snowman knows that if he stays there, they've got a good chance. Taking a leaf out of how Marco Murray played, just picking up the singles, bad balls, looking to clear the rope. Also quickly off the boundary here, drives us in, and that brings up the 50 for the Rhinos. For 2 off 9.4. Sneyman goes again. Bit more flight again from Tonga, and Sneyman straight through the line, and that's another 6 straight back long off.
It's very aware that anything with flight is going to go, so he has to use the wicket and sort of find the right length to bowl to Yuri.
Is that what Bosses has been
Yes,
telling you?
that was the
Yes.
direct translation. So yeah, but sort of bring your attention to Iko's on and non-strikers very quickly. Do you think he resembles any specific player? Looking at his number 18, he's got the towel on. Looking at his cover drives, do you think there's a specific player that comes to mind?
Put me on a spot here. But I know as soon as you say the name, the answer will be yes. But gosh,
Let's say India.
so
That's
yeah,
top 4 as well.
top 4, the man.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah, looking okay. See what you're saying. Of course, that's his number. How do I should have known that. I was a sweep there. That concludes the 10 overs, with the Rhinos sitting at 56 for 2. Contrary to the start that they had, the Eastern Cape Iinyathi were only 62 for 2, 62 for 1 off 10 overs. So we're only sitting, Mpumalanga Rhinos are only sitting 6 runs short of where the Iinyathi were at the same stage. Go back to Yika with 18, of course. Spent a bit of time in India during the IPL this year in Bangalore. Every corner that you walk past, there was number Virat 18. Of course.
Yeah, UK is quite fond of VK. Actually has a screensaver of Virat Kohli playing a cover job on his phone as well, so
Not a bad. Flicked off his legs. Easy 2 to deep square. Spun sail back into the attack. Sorry, Matthew Fourie to finish his final over. Looking to complete his 4 overs up front. Very similar to what Temba Mawupa did. And at the moment they're looking at very similar figures. Yeah. Fourie comes in. Just cuts it down the leg side, another wide. Possibly a bit of pressure mounting here now. Moves slightly across. It's a thick edge down to wide of third man. Coming back for a comfortable 2. 5 runs off the first 2 balls. Good start to the over here for the Rhinos.
I think even on the slow wicket, I must say, the batters have really held their shape pretty well. There haven't been a lot of sort of loose shots where batters are sort of trying to hard, but they really just held their shape quite amazingly and actually just be able to get the ball into the place that they've sort of looked to get the ball into. So it's really good to watch.
Ika's possibly done by a slightly slow ball there from Fourie. Caught on a low full toss and end up playing with the one hand and towed it all the way to straight to the long boundary where fielders run around and dived, and from here looked like he just took it out of the ground and just spilt a chance. Big cry of no from the bowler. Ika off the hook there. Hopefully he can capitalise on it.
It's always amazing to see what happens. Ball after his chance.
Oh, and that is a frustrated delivery from Fourie. Very frustrated about the drop catch, and he ends up bowling a waist high full toss, which Yuri Snowman just ducks underneath. Possibly just hang your bats up there. Any bats on it with fine leg up.
Definitely, that ball's travelling.
That's 4-6. But free hit coming up. See it. Snowman will look to capitalise here, I'm sure. Cutter from Fourie. Just good length as well. Also imperative that when you do bowl those cutters and that you just keep to a good length. You keep to a good length there.
It's a good execution all round. Yeah.
2 balls left of this over.
It would be interesting to chat to a couple of bowlers and just ask really, after a drop chance, what is the bowler thinking? Are they thinking, I need to go now hit the stumps? And generally they end up being a bit too greedy and looking for that wicket, or searching for that wicket.
I think it's just a case of, a lot of bowlers, you just got to put it out of your, put it out your mind. But never really does kind of leave your mind, especially for the first few minutes afterwards. It's just how you as a bowler just handle the situation.
It's very true. Well, that follow-up ball after the no ball was really good. I think it speaks to Matthew Foury's thinking, so it's good to see.
Last ball left of his spell. And it's a good length, good line and length again. And that finishes a wonderful spell from Fourie. 4 overs, 1 for 13. Sorry, 4 overs, 1 for 15. Similar to Temba Mawupa, time-wise, getting his 4 overs out the way with, in the almost the first half of the innings, and as we hear from Bossa on the long on boundary here, is that the Rhinos need 99 off 9 overs. 11 runs and over going forward. So it only has, run rate's only gone up by 1 in the last 6 overs. So which would be encouraging for the Rhinos, that they've actually kept up with the rate pretty much. The next 6 overs it only goes up by 1 to 12. I'm pretty sure they'll be quite happy with that as well.
Looking for the
Nika's
two
got to
there.
turn and go. Could there be a third? No. That's it, putting pressure, non-striker putting pressure on, running the first one hard. So I'm seeing a misfield by Bossa running around. Possibly looking to see if they're going before he actually picks the ball up, taking his eyes off the ball. And again, could he be going again? No, it's harder and a bit straighter. Also gets around.
I think with the heat in White River, looking at the outfield just seems a bit dry as well, so the ball might be a bit bouncy. So there is an opportunity to really push hard and actually hit the sweepers hard. The 2 is always available, but it's just so key for any batting pair to always run that first run hard, and I think this so far has been a good example of that.
Great shot by Yika. Just using the pace. De Klerk fires it in. Yika's just paddles it, reverse paddles it just past short third man. And as you mentioned, Musa, this field is lightning quick, dry, lightning quick, and it races away for 4. Good first half of the over here for the Rhinos. 7 off the first 3 balls. Pressure back on de Klerk. Watching.
That's really, really good thinking from Mika. He's an exceptional touch player, and he's shown us that he can go long as well as manipulate the field. And I think he's found a way to really mix and have that balance. And it's really good to see him actually take the responsibility upon his shoulders.
Come on, boys!
Oh, that's a very loose delivery from de Klerk. Way down the leg side, giving keeper no chance, and that is a bonus of 5 wides to the Rhinos.
And this could be potentially the most expensive over of the game so far. 13 runs off the over with 1 ball to go, or 2 balls to go. So, pretty sure this is sort of the idea that wickets in hand is so key, because you have guys in the back and who can actually clear the boundary. Immediately able to transfer the pressure back onto the fielding team because of that. So, just a couple good overs, a couple big overs, and the game is never, you're never out of the game.
Very good over for Rhinos. Run rate's now dropped to 10.5. I think if so, resulting in the last 7 overs, the run rate's just gone up from 10 to 10.5. So these two partnership is forming has kept up with the rate very comfortably. Question marks, lots of chat amongst the senior players, who to bowl, what to bowl. Jay de Klerk bowled 2 overs for 18 after bowling his first over in the power play, which went just for 1. Matthew Freeze finishes 4 overs, 1 for 15. Nico van Sale obviously has got 2 overs at the back end, possibly. Kako obviously went, and Tonga being fairly expensive. Do they have an option of another bowler, or is it going to be the case of that's all they have? So there's going to be a bit of pressure on a couple of them. 3 of the bowlers have been pretty expensive, so pressure on them. Saying that, Bukako coming back into the attack. Saying with that, started a wide down the leg side. Pressure starting to show here from the Iinyathi. In. Pushed out onto offside, easy single. th Pink ODI will see Proteas men take on Pakistan on Sunday the 22nd of December, 2 p.m. start. Get your tickets, www.cricket.co.za. Pitch up in pink and let's support people living with breast cancer. After coming around the wicket here to Snyman. Hard length, ball just staying down a bit. Snyman just gets it into the offside. Got ball. Change of field. Long off, mid off goes out to long off, and third man comes into the ring. Snyman pulls it out to deep mid wicket just for the one. Come back here after wide. First ball from Bukako. Plumber by trade is Ladi Bukako. Get back on strike. Halfway through the over. Boundary possibly needed. Chinese cut. Can he get it down to fine leg? Just resulting in the one. Good length by Bukako last few balls. Making the Rhinos batters play slightly across the line. The slight indifferent bounce. It is difficult shots to play. Eman back on strike. Into finish the over well, will the Rhinos. Slow ball, full toss. Snyman capitalizes and hits it wide of long on, clears the ropes comfortably for a big 6. Just what the Rhinos needed. Change of plan from Bukako. Possibly not needed at this stage. Snyman capitalizes. Takes the partnership up to 52. From these two, with the ball heading down to the Founders boarding house, resulting in the batters having a quick drink, all over the road and all the way down to the boarding house. Possibly it hasn't come back. Possibly one or two boarders maybe taking the ball to play a bit of backyard cricket. Welcome back to Kurt at an interesting time in the game. Just momentum swinging back the Rhinos after that very good start from Iinyathi. Like we were discussing earlier, the partnerships are key in this. Playing themselves in, partnerships are key. I think we've seen two of the Iinyathi bowlers really, bowling exceptionally well, not going for many runs. But the other three have actually gone for a fair few runs, and without too many options of another bowler, there's a bit of pressure. Karko going at 10s, Clark and Tonga also possibly going for 10s, so there's a bit of pressure. Well, they're still looking for a ball down at Founders House. Head of Founders House, Mike Gill, is sitting watching. Might have to send him down to get hold of the kids and ask them to return the ball, possibly.
Yeah, no, I think he's spot on there, Neil. You just gotta hold your nerve here if you're a Rhinos batter. You see the bowlers, when put under pressure, are making a mistake or two. So it's important to give yourself that extra chance. As a batter, hold your nerve, and this is really going to be interesting towards the end, as they are probably 2 overs where they're looking around for, and that could be the deciding factor. So in it for everyone, yeah, it's going to be a really exciting finish of this game.
As they looking to change the ball. 4th Black Day will see Proteas women take on England on Sunday the 8th of December, 10 AM start. Get your tickets, www.cricket.co.za in GBV, and let us take a stand for quality. Looks like the ball hasn't come back, and it has. They have found the ball, and the umpires will have a quick look to see if hasn't been damaged too much.
I always say that when that happens, especially in the back end of a game, it's always licking your lips as a batter, because usually the balls in the bag in the box that they choose from are more often than not harder than the ones you've been smashing around and hitting the sideboard. So,
Absolutely, I did have a look in that. I've seen that box, and there were a couple of half decent ones. So they would have used that. Cockwen again around the wicket, strain down the leg side. Sneyman works it out deep backward square through for single. 11 runs off that over. Another good over for the Rhinos. Up with the rate down to 10.4 and over now.
it's interesting to see that they've gone with Jade de Klerk against Yuri Sneyman, especially hitting with the spin to the short boundary. So it's a tactical move, I'm sure, by the Iinyathi, because with risk can come reward, but it can swing the other way as well, because it does favour Sneyman hitting to the short boundary there with the ball turning into him. So yeah, it's interesting to see that they've stuck with it. They went once and biting my nails there.
I think it's no, you're right, but it's a case of not having a extra bowler.
Extra bowler, they got to go with it.
They've got there's 7 overs left, of which they possibly have to bowl 4 spin, and you've seen how well the Rhinos have played spin. So let's hope it's I think obviously you wanting to bowl the spinners with the wind.
Yeah.
So might be a case of having to bowl all 4 from the
this
end.
side.
Yeah. Just turning down the leg side, I would say that's slightly unlucky from the bowler. He's
to go over the stumps there.
Yeah. Just pitching on the stumps and just turning down. So he's going to. Someone slaps it straight, but flat and straight to mid-off, possibly thinking he maybe missed out there. Slightly fuller from Jade, couldn't quite get underneath it. 2 runs off first 2 balls. Boundary option, boundary. I'll be looking to get a boundary. Possibly the reverse coming in again. For length, slapped it out to extra cover just for 1. Clark under pressure here. He knows now that Sneyman's looking to clear the rope. Will he? No ball. Could this be a costly error by de Klerk? Under pressure, he's trying to fire it in a bit quicker, a bit fuller. He's questioning the umpire's decision now. Absolutely no point in doing that, because you have to bowl. It's going to be a free hit. You have to bowl it. It's only working you up as a bowler more, and possibly Sneyman looking to capitalise, and he certainly does. Straight back over our heads for a big 6. The wind has also just died down a little bit as well now, so it's a comfortable hit to clear the long off, clear the straight boundaries, and that is costly no ball there from Jade de Klerk.
He's held his nerve up until then. I think he's been really brave to go with this. But yeah, you see that the pressure of the no ball often gets you as a bowler. Yuri Snyman just up to the challenge. He doesn't miss out on those.
Run rate under 10 for the first time since early in the power play. So momentum with the Rhinos. And that also brings up the 100. Oh, and that brings a misfield as well, and it goes for 4.
You see this time and time again when the momentum swings in your way. Those little fumbles start coming. Often the mistakes creep in. When you're on top of the game, those half chances go to hand. So it's a tricky game, this cricket.
Floated up there, a bit wider from the Klerk, and Snyman leans back and whacks it down to long on for 1. End of another very expensive over. Takes the Rhinos needing 58 runs to win off the last 6 overs.
Yeah, the Rhinos batters have done really well to keep their nerve, and they've brought it down to under 10s. I think that was always the plan there. Hold your nerve, just keep chipping away at the total. And yeah, we see T20 games in this last 6. If you're chasing less than 10s, you'd fancy yourself as a better team.
Change of bowling. Nicky van Zyl back into the attack. Bowled a superb opening spell. 2 overs for 2. But different situation now. We're looking to try and claw his team back into this game. Possibly looking to go full with the field that he has set, as well as cutters. But he comes. Snowman whacks it down the ground. Yika looking for 2, but Snowman sends him back. And Snowman sends him back, only resulting in 1 run. Looks like he's going to roll his fingers across the balls here. And try and get a bit of variation from off the pitch. He is tall. One might just hold and kick, the other one might just go through. I think it's a question of not looking to take him down, as yet.
Yeah,
But we know that there's going to be 3 overs of spin from this end. Oh, that is a fantastic strike. Van Zyl digs it in. Yika just stands tall and whacks it over deep wicket for a great 6.
I think Yika just showing us that he started off striking at 90 or 100 around a ball, but just facing those 15-20 balls, you're able to capitalize on the back end of your innings. So the importance of just being in there for that extra 5 balls is just showing now as Yika's gone 43 of 34. For 80% of his innings was striking at 100, so it just shows us that stay in it, and he's definitely striking it a whole lot better now.
7 runs off the first 2 balls. Oh, and with that he's just bowled him the next ball. He's just tried to open the face, run it past third man, and he's actually just missed it, and it's just hit the top of off stump. Big wicket there to Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Possibly looking just to run it down too much as opposed to just working it through the covers for 1.
This game's gone back and forth. Whenever a team gets momentum, the other team strikes back. So really good challenge, contest here from Mpumalanga Rhinos and Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Both teams always in the game. It's going to make a very exciting finish to this game. As Benjamin Van Niekerk walks to the crease. The man in form for the Rhinos is really batted well this tournament. So I'm sure that the Rhinos are going to be somewhat in a calm space seeing him walk to the crease. I'm sure he's also filled with confidence. Got 56 last week, and was part of the the winning pair there, batting in the super over with Yuri Snyman.
Another clean strike of the ball coming to the crease, and I think you know, with one or two still in still in that, and knowing that short straight boundaries with the spinners to bowl, I think it's going to be a situation of possibly just Nick just working around until he gets the opportunity to capitalize on any full ball from the spinners. As we see, it just takes a couple of balls for him just to clear the ropes, and he's on target. Come back by Van Sale after being hit for that 6. He's found where, previous one he bowled too short.
Yeah.
And now he's just back to his good hard length. Still.
You see it with Benjamin. He's really backs himself in his area, so he doesn't mind taking up a dot or two, and he really backs himself to dispatch the one that's in his zone.
But Fuller and punches down to long off for a single to end the over. 8 runs off the over with a wicket, so taking a run rate just to up to exactly 10 with 5 overs to go.
As we spoke about earlier, both teams massively in this game. I don't think either captain's going to back down here in terms of this game. It's swung back and forth. That wicket in that last over just brings the Iinyathi team back into it. It's going to be important for Benjamin to get a partnership with Yuri and for him to carry on. They want to get over the line here. Gone with Jade de Klerk with his last over, rolling the 16. Interesting call, they're giving the younger spinner the last 2.
I think Van Niekerk will look probably just to get Snyman on strike. He's clothed that. They might possibly get. No, I think Snyman's happy to just take it. Just takes 2 blows just to clear the boundary, and brings the run rate right down. There's no need to do anything silly, but I think just a question of. There we go.
Yeah,
that's another great strike by Snyman. Hits the scoreboard wall and goes for another 6. De Klerk just pulled his length back there, but possibly a little bit too slow, which meant that Snyman, as we see, just too slow and on a length, and Snyman clears his front leg and comfortably into the breeze, goes for a comfortable 6.
Margins are so small bowling to the shorter boundary, turning it in, so it just shows that you can be on it, and you just 30 centimeters off your length that you want to hit, and it can travel.
Snyman rocks back and mishits that, fortunately for him. 1 bounce deep mid-wicket. Great delivery. Wicker there, taking a bit
Turn and bounce there.
turn and bounce there. Played all around that, did Van Niekerk. And great take by Malika.
Jade will want to save some of those for the 4-day. Great ball there.
Clears his leg, does Van Niekerk, and sails over wide long on for another 6. These two are not worried about the breeze that they're hitting into. Both strong enough to clear the rope no matter what. And that second 6 of the over Going up to 14 runs off the first 5 balls. One ball left.
See this time and time again from Benny van Niekerk. He's so sure of his striking areas. He's almost happy with leaving you alone when you're in your area, getting a one, rotating it, and if you miss it ever so slightly, it's travelling. Well bowled.
Good follow up by de Klerk. Van Niekerk realised he got 14 off the over so far, no need. Good delivery, good fielding off his own bowling. Ends the 16th over, 4 overs to go, 36 runs required.
Yeah, it's tricky that as a senior player and all, been their strike bowler over the season, so you're almost caught in two minds there of just bowling an economical over or taking a bit of a risk to try and strike. It's always the hard decision as a spinner not to deciding where to go. Sometimes you try and bowl that wicket taking delivery, but then that one travels. But the Rhinos batters have batted really well here against him, managed him very well. He's been a threat in this comp, been a very big part of their bowling attack, as Jay de Klerk.
On sale to bowl out here, looking to try and get another wicket. Neyman backs away, slaps through the offside, just for the single, and that brings up a very well played 50 from Yuri Neyman. 50 off 29 deliveries.
Really well batted by Yuri. One would think they've got to try and strike here. I think it's going to be very difficult to just contain all the way to the end. Yeah, I think the Iinyathi team's got to look for a wicket or two to put the pressure on the Rhinos guys, and I feel that that's their way in.
Bit of width, Van Niekerk slaps it out to the offside, but just the one. I think they possibly realise that, just taking a single off every ball, if that's the case, to Van Zyl, who's obviously the danger man. He's looking to, bowl out now. So it's leaving three overs for, bowlers that have actually gone for a few runs. So back themselves to get, 6 runs off this over. And saying that, just done Yuri Snyman there. Back of a length, Snyman's tried to pull it, thought it was a bit shorter, possibly kept a bit low from being a cutter, and has just taken out his leg stump. As we see on the replay here, coming in just back of a length.
Yeah, almost threw the shot just too early there. Garrett Jukes now to the crease. He's no stranger to this sort of situation. Drive himself batting, in middle order, finishing off games. So he's really gonna back himself here against Niku.
I think it's a question of someone else that can hit a long ball. But I think it's just a question of now is just trying to rotate the strike for these next 3 balls, possibly push for 2s, and just see Van Zyl out, and then capitalise on the next 3 overs.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there.
Losing another wicket here is going to be going to put the pressure back on the Rhinos. Good running, just what I thought. Bat on ball, getting through for a single. 2 balls left, 2 important balls left from a Rhinos perspective, not to lose a wicket. Even if it's 2 dot balls, I don't think it's the end of the world. But losing a wicket could be a tricky situation. Played out an offside by Van Niekerk, but good hustling in the field, resulting in a dot ball. One ball left off Van Zyl spell. Well this season, been very economical. Question is who's going to bowl from this end the last 2 overs. End of a great spell by Van Zyl. 4 overs, 2 for 13 to go with his 5 for 9 a couple of weeks ago. Great job by the tall fast bowler.
That's outstanding numbers there from Nico Van Zyl to with the game rate being at in and around 8s to go at 3.2 in your spell is really top work, plus the 2 wickets to top it off. So really good work there from Seamer Nico Van Zyl.
Tonga back into the attack. He has to bowl 2 out of the last 3 overs. 10 runs required, 10.4 and over required by the Rhinos. I'll be looking to capitalise on any ball that's possibly full or short to clear the ropes. Dukes threw the shot too early, got away with that I think, just a bit of a drag down. And Dukes has just kind of missed out on possible boundary.
Won't be long until he goes to switch it there with the spin. I think he'd really back himself playing that. Fielded by Bossa. Along with boundary. 2 runs. Yeah, I was just saying, Garrett Dukes already fancy himself here with his he switch it, the ball going away from him.
Just as you mentioned, and a fantastic shot over 2 fielders, cleared the ropes by a long way.
Yeah, he's been playing that really well the past 2 seasons. It's definitely a go-to for him, especially with the ball going away. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Aya Tonga combats this, because he knows now he can't leave the stumps.
Momentum back with the Rhinos. 8 runs off the first 3 balls. Like you say, where does Tonga go now? What does he do? Dukes is going to stand in exactly the same position. Does he go fuller? If he does go fuller, we know that Dukes can hit it straight back over his head. Pressure on the bowler. Oof. He's gone the other way this time. Just missed out, or turning into him. Any bats on that, I think they would have raced away.
He's holding his nerve nicely here, Aya Tonga.
Dukes might go the opposite way again. There we go. Pitches it up. And is it a no ball?
Yeah.
No ball, free hits, and gone for 6. Great strike by Dukes. Big momentum change now in the last 3 balls. And a free hit to come.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to do at any stage of the game, let alone the last stages. But it happens when the nerves creep in at the end. You start to sort of go out of routine a bit sometimes, and often results in something like this. It's important now for Dukes to really put the foot down on him, so they're on top of this over. Is he going to take the 1 or really try and kill this over off and take the momentum in?
It's gone again. Is it holding in the wind? It looks like it is. And it's just gone over. Long boundary. That was a big hit, but that wind held it back nicely. And I think that could be the difference Great strike by Dukes. 6 important runs. Obviously it was a free hit, so it wasn't a case of being out, but it just takes another 6 runs off the score needed. Takes us. Oh, and he's gone again the other way for a fantastic switch hit 6 again. I think Dukes has just absolutely finished off the game in this one over. 4 sixes in this over, and I think that is the nail in a coffin for the Iinyathi.
Oof, ran a drop catch there in the crowd. It
Yeah.
looked like he got to it quite quickly and just fumbled out of it. That's the X factor that Dukes contains, where he's able to score both sides of the wicket. Makes it hard as a bowler to really hone in on a spot, because the same ball can go to totally opposite sides of the ground. So the Rhinos needing just 6 to win now, the last 2 overs. 12 balls.
Fantastic third last over there. Confusion. Right opportunity at the bowler's end, and Bukaku fields it and picks it up and shies, but misses. Possibly was a single there, but I think not too much needed.
Yeah.
From risk taking now. Thanks, it's 6 runs required off 11 balls.
Bit of unnecessary panic there with this 6 of 12 balls there. The last thing you want to get is run out and a sneaker 1 in with only needing 6 runs.
Down the ground by Van Niekerk, just a single. 5 required off 10 balls.
Five of 10.
I think Dukes, if he gets a ball in his arc, I think he'll look to try and capitalise and finish it in one shot, but nothing untoward and not too many risks needed.
Yeah. I'd say he's going to definitely run down the wicket here if he fancies himself to impose himself on Bloody. Well, but Bloody Bukaku.
Nice and full, and he's good fielding in the covers. Slight fumble results in a easy single in the end there for these two. Good quick runners between the wickets. Cost 4 runs to go. And with that, Benjamin picks it up over mid-wicket for 6. And after an extremely slow start, cautious start by the Rhinos, has resulted in a comfortable victory by 6 wickets with 8 balls to spare. Fantastic end to what has been a enthralling game of cricket. Rhinos were sitting at 15 runs for 1 wicket off the power play, and needing 10 runs and over from the last 15 overs, and got over line pretty comfortably in the end. Fantastic innings by Yuri Snyman and by Yika, followed up by some great hitting at the end there by Gareth Dukes and Benjamin Van Niekerk. Join us in commemorating a significant milestone, 30 years of democracy in South Africa. Cricket South Africa has forged a path where every man and woman can embrace the joy of cricket, fostering inclusivity, access and excellence. Here's to 3 decades of progress and to many more years of changing lives through the spirit of the game. As both teams walk off, shaking hands in what is the end of the T20 campaign for these two teams rather. 2 wins in the last 2 games by the Rhinos takes them, takes them up to 10 points on the log, but unfortunately not enough to make the playoffs. But nonetheless, a great win on home soil here at Uplands College. We thank you for joining us on what has been a lovely afternoon here in the Lowveld. A little bit of a breeze to keep us cool, and we look forward to all the cricket coming up over the next few months in South Africa, and we will see you all soon. As we see, just to wrap it up, we see the final scorecard. Eastern Cape Iinyathi won the toss, selected to bat, 162 for 4 off their 20 overs. Great knock by Marco Murray, 75 or 59. And in reply, Mpumalanga Rhinos, 165 for 4 off 18.4 overs. Very good knocks by Snyman, Nyika, and finished off by Jukes and Van Niekerk. Mpumalanga Rhinos win by 6 wickets. Thank you for joining us on this lovely day in the Lowveld.